Hello, all three of you.
Okay.
So, here on my right, and I hope I don't get this wrong, Pablo Fixas Lopez.
Very well pronounced.
Project Manager, Safety and Continued Airworthiness. Carol Fargias, is that right? Account Manager, Aircraft Control. And Johannes Barosch, Safety and Reliability Engineer. So, why don't you start? So, fabulous titles, but maybe some people won't really know what they mean. So elaborate. Tell us about your daily job and what you do.
So when I arrived in APSIS then, so 3 years ago, I was a certification engineer and a project manager. But then we grew and we had the opportunity to make an internal promotion to have a new managers. And I became head of aircraft control account for Airbus aircraft. So we are based in Toulouse, and we work on all aircraft control related activities, so from the design to the testing and the transverse activities such as certification, safety and airworthiness.
I guess I should have started this off by saying at Airbus in the aerospace industry, I mean, nothing comes before safety. That is the key to everything, right?
Yes, correct. In the end, everything comes from scratch, and we have to think out of the box in order to see how to make our aircraft safer.
So what do you do?
I'm Spanish, but I work in the United Kingdom. I'm the manager of the System Safety, Continued Airworthiness and Design Assurance teams in the UK. I work with an amazing team of more than 10 engineers that are from absolutely everywhere from the world. And I'm as well a safety engineer. I keep working, producing safety assessments because I like the technical aspect, so I keep developing my technical skills.
So when you talk about safety, what do you which field in particular, and what kind of things are you trying to test that you can talk to us about?
We work on the Airbus commercial aircraft on all the programs, and basically, for example, in the UK, we work only on the landing gear and the fuel systems. And basically, safety consists in assessing all the possible failures that they could happen in the aircraft and in the system, and try to avoid them. That's the way how to perform the safety assessment.
That explains that pretty well. Tell us what you're doing, Johannes.
So I think that
Where are you based, first of all?
I'm in Marseille, so I'm working for Airbus Helicopters for the safety department. The finality is quite close to Pablo, so we are working on the safety analysis for all the helicopter range for Airbus, so light to medium, civil and military project. And yes, we ensure that all the products we developed are compliant to a good safety level.
A lot of people who might be considering coming here might think Airbus is too big, it's too bureaucratic. What do you say to them?
It's true that Airbus is big, but in the end, given that it's a big company, it's working on many different projects, and most of them are innovative. In order to be innovative, you have to think out of the box, because as the technology improves, you need to think how to still comply to regulations. These regulations sometimes they get outdated, so we need people that can think out of the box in order to get those regulations updated, and therefore create a very safe aircraft.
And you work on several projects at a time. You talked about landing gear in the UK. Or
yes, so for example, we have the hydrogen, which Thierry was speaking before. Hydrogen is a completely new world within Airbus, and it's a new technology where we don't have a lot of things, a lot of past experience. Therefore, we have a lot of engineers that are squeezing their brain and thinking how to make this aircraft safer.
Carol, aircraft control, elaborate a bit more on that, and what impact do you really have if someone's watching?
So we are really working on the control of the aircraft, so this has a direct safety impact on the aircraft. We work in a way that is really integrated within Airbus team, and a lot of autonomy is requested from us. And we have impact on, we can work on the innovative projects that are developed by Airbus, either in terms of architecture or in new concepts such as single pilots or so on. And as we are also within Airbus Protect smaller than Airbus, we have the ability to propose new ideas and to have a kind of agility. So, for instance, we can impact. We can have innovative ideas. Such, for instance, someone in our team is proposing a patent for test means for aircraft control, or so we can have an impact either by proposing new ideas or by working on an innovative project.
Okay. As people are watching, Jonas, I've been to Marseille a couple of times. I've seen the amazing flight test beds for the new helicopters. I see the new helicopter that's going to be coming out, of course, which is amazing. These are the kind of things people could work on?
Yes, totally. I think that we are working on a lot of projects, so in service helicopter and in development helicopter also, so that could fit everyone. And so, for example, one of the interesting projects that we are currently working on is the definition and the development of the new avionics that will be installed in the new military helicopters that will be delivered then to the French army, so Guépard, also called Guépard, yes. And so it's very interesting because it implies a continuous discussion with all the design office in Airbus. So we are yes, in discussion with the human factors, flight test pilot, system responsible, but also continuously with the authorities and also supplier and so on.
Pablo, I'm being told in my ear that there was a question on LinkedIn for you. What's the possibility of evolution if I don't want to be a manager?
Well, in the end, we're a consultancy company, so you can develop yourself in many different ways. For example, you can become an expert, as Carol was saying before. We have a very recent case, for example, in the UK, where we have promoted a colleague where he's gone from normal experienced engineer to become a technical advisor. And he's going to be the specialist who has the knowledge on the system and will guide the team through all the questions that they might have.
Okay, just final question to each of you, and I know it's tough when you're engineers to do this succinctly, but in 20 to 30 seconds each, starting with you, what do you do to make mobility safer at Airbus Protect?
We are working on more and more complex designs, so we contribute to this design and testing, and it leads also big challenges for certification and safety, and as we are also in direct contact with the authorities, we can anticipate their needs and work on that.
Yes, I think that the key is to be involved since the beginning of the product until the certification and the delivering of the product, and to involve all the contributors to the safety issues in order to be sure that it's well understood and that it will be well taken into account in the development of our product.
Well, as my colleagues were saying, we work with certification regulators, EASA, FAA, and many national organisms, and we have to follow their certification requirements. However, we interpret them and we go beyond them, so our aircrafts are even safer than what they are required.
Fantastic. So hopefully you've got an idea on how you can help us make mobility even safer, working on some amazing projects across the board, from civil to space to helicopters.